The Lewis University Television Network for today's ACHA Division II men's hockey game between the Aurora Spartans and your Lewis University Flyers. Reed Poland joining you alongside today. I will be joined alongside Logan Kapp once the game gets begun tonight. Flyers now in their fifth game of the season. They played Aurora University on the road in Naperville last night, falling 8-3. Flyers getting goals from Matt Morrow scoring 2 and Tyler Kramer scoring 1. Flyers looking for a bounce-back victory tonight. Aurora 1-0 on the season. They had their season opener last night. Flyers are now 1-3 coming off of their 3-game North Carolina trip about a month ago where they went 1-2. Really good opportunity for the Flyers in that North Carolina trip, kind of serving as a preseason for them. They'll be able to use what they learned in that trip, not only this weekend, but on the season going ahead. Coming up, we'll be joined by Flyers head coach Mark Marfis. We'll have that interview up next on the Lewis University Television Network. Stay tuned. Welcome back to LU10. I'm now joined by Flyers head coach Mark Marfies. Mark, last night it was an 8-3 loss against the same Aurora team. What are going to be some of the adjustments you guys are making for tonight?
We made a few adjustments on the forward lines, trying to get something to click a little bit better with some of the new guys. With as many freshmen that we have this year, it's been an adjustment to our lineup to try to find guys that are familiar with each other on the ice.
Absolutely. You talk about those freshmen. A lot of new guys joining the team this year. What kind of roles do you think those guys will have this season for you?
We've got a lot of guys that have played captains in their previous roles and teams before, so the leadership in the room is a lot different this year. We've seen a lot of the freshmen step up and be leaders in the room and on the ice, which we weren't expecting, but it's a welcoming feeling for moving forward with the program.
Absolutely. Looking back about a month ago, you guys were in North Carolina for a 3-game showcase. What kind of things did you learn from those games that you can take forward now with that trip kind of being a preseason for you guys?
That trip was a big bonding trip. Get all the new guys together, familiar with the team, with the program, how we skate, and the way we operate. So that actually gave us a lot of insight into how to move forward and get guys together for the rest of the year.
Absolutely. First home game of the season now, just kind of general, what can people expect from Flyers hockey this season when they come to Canlan?
Hopefully a lot of excitement, a lot more exciting atmosphere than what we've had in the past with the depth in the lineup, the amount of players we have right now, and the local guys. We're hoping to bring in some bigger crowds to try to get a rise out of everybody.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, thanks so much for your time. Best of luck tonight.
Thanks, Reed.
We'll be back with the game right after this on LUTN. Stay tuned. ACHA D2 game between the Aurora Spartans and the Lewis Flyers. We are just underway from Canlan Ice Sports. Reed Poland joined alongside Logan Kapp for tonight's game. Logan, it's great to have hockey back here at Canlan for Lewis.
Oh, absolutely, Reed. I know we missed it all last year, and we're looking forward to some good quality hockey today here.
Absolutely. As you mentioned, last year was cut short because of the pandemic, cutting the season short. 0-6 finish for the Flyers, unable to pick up a win. Flyers now 1-3 on this season, picking up a win in their first game, which was in the North Carolina Showcase. As now just half a minute into this period so far, as Aurora controlling in their offensive zone. Parcel will shift it along the boards to Kramer, who will send it up past the blue line, and Aurora will have to regroup in their defensive zone. Spartans are 1-0. They won their first game last night, 8-3 against the Flyers, as they're back here on a away-home series swap. So they'll be trying to pick up another win against this Lewis team, as Morrow will control it, trying to get his pocket picked. He'll be able to do so, but great defensive play by number 24. That was Jake Wilninski with the stick to deny that chance, as Parcel trying to clear the zone with Wilninski's help. Unable to do so, and the Flyers will still have control in their defensive zone, as Parcel will move it out, flip it off the boards, trying to get it out. Puck still kept in by Aurora, but Wilninski able to get it out to center, trying to get it to Morrow, unable to do so, as Tyler Kramer with a big hit at center ice, upending a Spartan. Trying to get the momentum started early. Kramer, player smaller in size, but larger in physical prowess on the ice. We saw that a little bit last night. As the Spartans will now have control with 8:20 to go in the first. Flyers really looking for a way to get started quick in this game, as last night's start was a little bit slower, as Fisher will turn that shot aside. Spartans really controlling a lot last night early in the game. Flyers came alive a little bit in the second, but unfortunately couldn't keep the momentum going in the third. Looking to kind of find their legs early and keep it going against a very fast and physical and polished Aurora team. Spartans now controlling behind their own goal, as we just approach the 18-minute mark in this first period. Lewis wearing their home white uniforms, Spartans wearing their road dark uniforms with Aurora diagonally across the chest, as Spartans will once again control in their defensive zone, shift it around as Kandra will go to pursue that puck, able to find it, trying to look for help, but it'll pop out of the Blues, out of the zone. And the Spartans now going back the other way, far side, trying to dangle around Matt Sharp, who will take a hit on the defensive play there, as that one will head down, and once again the Spartans able to regain control. Lewis trying to find ways to get established in their offensive zone early. They're being stopped at the blue line by the Spartans. Pass will unable to find his target there for Aurora, as they'll control now on the left point, trying to get it back. Pocket picked by Jack Selman, who will run into the official, unable to keep that opportunity going. Freshman from Minnesota trying to make his presence felt on this team early, as the Spartans will bring it along towards the near boards. Parcel trying to go for the hip check, unable to do so. A tough angle shot. That'll be turned aside by Mike Fisher. Looked like that caught part of his shoulder.
Yeah, Reed, I think it's really important for the Flyers to get off to a good start here. I know yesterday they were a little slow off the start, and they want to keep up with the Aurora team the whole game, but looking for a quick goal here in the first period would really be helpful. Absolutely.
You want to get that momentum going early, especially against Aurora, a team that has been known to strike early against Lewis. And seasons past, they've always kind of been a team that has had Lewis's number, able to find a way to find the gaps in their play to win games. So it would be a big win today for Lewis if they can overcome that and finally get one back at the Spartans, as Aurora moving in now. Good defense by the combo of Zach Bishop and Josh DePego. Tough angle shot, too, will go high and will kick out of the zone. Not sure if Fisher got a piece of that, but no harm, no foul, as the Spartans will once again regroup in their defensive zone. This top forward line of Matt Ernsting, Jack Darcy, and usually joined by Ty Walshin, but Josh McDonald out there for the time being with that defensive pairing of Bishop and DePego. Josh DePego is sophomore year this year, getting a little bit more playing time this year. He was a key defender, and that one will go in. That one will trickle in from the point.
It looks like Mike Fisher was screened pretty hard on that, both by the defenseman and the forward on the Aurora team. So I don't know if he really had a good look at that.
Looks like Fisher may have lost track of the puck. That one slipped through the 5-hole, but kind of one of those shots that they just say, you know, it doesn't hurt to throw the puck on net.
Absolutely.
That's one of those goals that it's not the prettiest, but the Aurora will take it, and now Lewis playing down early with a 1-0 deficit with 15:47 to go in the period. Flyers seem to be shifting their lines up a little bit from last night. This one has McDonald, Wilninski, and Morrow on it, and that partial Kramer defensive pairing, bringing a little bit of physicality compared to the DePego and Bishop pairing, which has a little bit more speed and skill to it, as McDonald will give chase on this puck, but Aurora able to get there before he can as they're controlling. Morrow pressuring in the defensive zone as the Spartans will once again be able to regroup. Now on the left side, trying to get it through the slot, unable to do so. Slow shot put off by the Spartans. That one will be handled by Fisher with ease.
A lot of offensive zone time here for the Spartans in the first. The Flyers have to try to find a way to get out and work a little bit in the offensive zone, get some shots on net.
Seems like this has always been something that the Flyers have had troubles with against teams like Aurora, teams like Marion in their conference, the ones that are a little bit faster. It's been getting the breakouts clean, getting into the offensive zone and getting sustainable time in the offensive zone. As that one, icing will get waved off as Hawkinson able to get down there in time, as Cantor will come in to help along the boards, and that'll be Logan Pickens will come to help. Morpher with the shot from the point will get blocked, and the Spartans may have a break there. They do. Matt Sharp trying to get back on defense. A shot saved by Fisher with the right pad. Using that length that Fisher has to make that save. As Cantor now flips it out for the Flyers. And that one will go for icing with 14:26 to go in the period.
Mike Fisher coming way out of the net there to cut down the angle. He seems to be a very aggressive goalie. He's had a couple poke checks coming out of the crease, playing the puck, cutting down the angle, making it really difficult to see the net for the Spartans.
Fisher is definitely a goaltender that likes to play out of the net, as you said, uses his size to his advantage, but despite being his taller frame, he's a more slender goalie, so he's able to move around a little bit quicker as well. So he kind of has a best of both worlds scenario in terms of size and speed in the crease, which can really help him to make those tougher saves like he did there. As Flyers now trying to gain control in their offensive zone, but Aurora quickly able to scoop it up. Bishop will take it away, though, in the corner, as the puck will be trading sides. Kept in by Kandra as he'll take a body, and the Spartans will once again push it out. Bishop with some great defense to block off the defender as he'll send it up the boards. It'll be Jack Darcy fresh on the ice with it, trying to flip it to center, as he'll need to take it back into his defensive zone. Darcy will send it up the boards to Walshin. Walshin looking for a way into the zone. He'll be able to find it, just pushing it in as he'll give chase to his own dump. Flyers looking for different ways to get into the zone. A lot of times in the past we've seen them be content to clear the puck, but sometimes they've been trying to pass it in more, get a little bit more generated off the rushes, which is something that can be tricky to do against a team like Aurora, but it's definitely something that'll be beneficial to the Flyers if they can execute on it, as Josh DePego will control in his zone up to Darcy, and the Flyers looking for an outlet pass. They're able to find it to Walshin, but he's unable to corral the puck as he got hit at center. As now the Spartans trying to get an opportunity there, but good defense by Zach Bishop, able to tie up his defender. Shot coming through, that'll go to the right of Fisher. As the Spartans once again pressuring early. Holding behind the goal now. Aurora trying to cycle it around. Bishop with some great defense, and Moore able to get a stick in there. As McDonald trying to get it out of the zone, unable to do so, he'll take a body. And Josh DePego will be able to find the loose puck in the slot and clear. Aurora once again back in their offensive zone. Cross ice pass line able to make its connection. Morefoot pressuring there, along with Morrow trying to free the puck for the Flyers. They're unable to do so. Wraparound chance from Aurora, and Mike Fisher will close the door on that one.
Aurora has a very aggressive forecheck, forcing a lot of turnovers in the Flyer zone. And that's a good way. I mean, the best defense is offense, I guess, for the Spartans. So getting those turnovers for the Spartans in their offensive zone is good for them. But the Flyers have to try and break it out maybe a little quicker and be a little bit cleaner on the breakout.
Absolutely, yeah. The Spartans are definitely a team that can play more aggressive in the offensive zone and in all zones because they have that speed to them. Flyers going to need to find a way to work around that, able to find open passing lanes, or sometimes you just have to dump it off the boards and send a guy down and hope for the best, but unable to get out. That'll be a quick shot. Fisher getting the save, the rebound, the follow-up will be saved as well. Fisher on his stomach making those 2 saves as the Spartans had some close attempts there. But once again, standing tall, seemingly shaking off any effects that early goal had on him, as we're still 1-0 Spartans with 11:49 to go. Flyers sending out their top line now of Ernsting, Walshing, and Darcy, as Ernsting taking it through center, trying to get it up to Walshing, unable to do so, but Flyers will bring it to the zone, but Darcy will be a step ahead of the play and they'll be offsides with 11:40 remaining.
Big draw coming up here for the Flyers, trying to win this draw, get the puck in, and do some work in the offensive zone here.
Absolutely, trying to find a way to win a crucial face-off right here that can really help them out get in the zone. Ernsting will be able to do so. He'll dump it in, and Walston will go after it now, as the Spartans will quickly regain control. Nice keeping by Ernsting, though, able to bat the puck out of the air. Shot on goal will go wide, as Parshall will now corral it on the near board. Sent it down to Darcy, who's in the low corner with it now. Getting pressured by Aurora. Walston will come in to help, and the Spartans will come away with it once again. It seems like every kind of corner battle the Flyers have too, Aurora always has a man there with it as well. As turnover now, Ernsting with the shot, a little trickler that got deflected by something, will go on goal, but it'll get turned aside by Ackley for the Spartans. There's now Aurora with numbers, finding the trailer. Shot will go wide. Rebound will hit the back of the net, as Josh DePego is there to gather it and send it over to the boards for Walston, who will flip it out to Jack Selman, was there taking a body and retrieving that one. So now that one will go for icing with 10:25 to go, or the Aurora bench not happy about that call, but regardless, it'll get sent down to the left of Ackley on our right side with 10:25 to go. Flyers with more of a freshman-heavy line here with Selman and Bryjak, the freshman, joined by senior veteran Matt Gore, with DePego and Bishop on D, and they're going to move this face-off to center ice. Logan, from my understanding, they moved the face-off to center ice when an icing was called that shouldn't have been, correct?
Correct, yeah. It looks like the official blew that one down, and the Aurora player was going to get to the puck first, so they're going to go ahead and move that puck out to center ice for this face-off.
Kind of a new rule with the hybrid icing that's been enforced in years recent, so as Aurora will move it into their zone. Pressured by Morefoot, he's able to find the puck. Trying to send it out of the zone, unable to do so. Gore did early on that one, but the shot from the point, another loose shot from the point for Aurora, will go in, and they're up 2-0 with 10 minutes to go in the first. Another example of just throwing the puck on goal and finding its way in the back of the net for the Spartans.
Fisher again screened heavily on that shot. He had at least 5 guys standing in front of him, and at that point, it's very difficult to see anything. Which, like you said earlier, any pucks on goal, you never know what's going to happen.
So Aurora getting 2 kind of sloppy goals to go up 2-0, but they are goals regardless, and the Flyers need to find a way to rebound from this. Even early in this game, only 10 minutes into the first. Still plenty of time left, but this definitely isn't a situation that you want to let get out of hand.
Yeah, the Flyers are going to want to score a quick one here to try and swing the momentum back into their favor.
Sharp will send it around the boards, trying to find the exit man of Darcy. Unable to do so, but Walston will give chase on that one. Ernstine helping there as well, but that will be sent to center by the Spartans as Morefoot able to reverse it to Ernstine. He's holding on the left side. Ernstine will be content to clear it in as Darcy will give chase to it. Darcy now behind. Ackley holding it, has Walston for help. Flyers will make a line change. Wilninski now on. Wilninski from the point will shoot it wide, trying to look for some sort of deflection there as Sharp will send it down, trying to find Walston, unable to do so. As Flyers will trickle off, making changes now as Morrow and McDonald will step on. Morrow going right in the corner, trying to get this puck with the help of Walston, unable to do so. They'll give chase behind the goal. Morrow holding now. Backhand shot will get held by the pad. It'll go in. We talk about sloppy goals being thrown on goal heading in, and that's another one. Matt Morrow finding a way to sneak that one past Ackley. It looked like he got his pad on it, but it must have gone just over and trickled in. So the Flyers, with 8:54 to go, will cut the deficit to 1.
Yeah, like you said, it doesn't matter where you're at on the ice. You throw that puck on goal, you never know what's going to happen. It looked like he just got it, squeaked it through the 5-hole there. And like I said, they were looking to get a quick goal and swing the momentum back in their favor, and it looks like they've done that. So they'll be looking to tie it up here shortly, hopefully before the intermission.
That's exactly what they got. That quick response, regardless of how it comes, the Flyers will take it. As Matt Morrow now having 3 goals in the past 2 days, as he scored twice last night in Naperville. The Flyers going to be trying to use this momentum going forward, as you mentioned, to tie before the intermission. That's a big save by Fisher. Rebound chance will get turned aside by the defensive pairing of Parshall and Bishop. I believe Fisher took that save off the mask, but a save regardless. Now shot from the point. That one will get deflected. I believe that hit a skate in front, but Fisher will be able to corral it as well. So some big saves from Mike Fisher as Aurora threatening quickly after that Flyers goal.
Fisher still looking really strong after those 2 early long-range goals. So that's still good to see that he's able to overcome those and continue playing very well.
2 goals that you just kind of have to shake off as a goalie. Say, okay, they happen. You know, I screened a little bit too much. You know, kind of make sure that your guys aren't in your way too much, and then get right back to it.
Not much he could do for either of those goals, like you said. So
Aurora still controlling in theirs. On that one, will get sent in the slot. Darcy will be able to pick it up, trying to find Walsh, and that'll get batted down by an Aurora glove as Flyers trying to gain control, unable to do so though. As Morefoot now at center on the close boards, getting hit hard into the Aurora bench. As the Spartans will get control. Turnover, Walston. Rebound, Darcy, but the glove saved by Ackley. A little bit of a turnover there for Aurora in their defensive zone. Walston got the first chance. It got turned aside. Darcy was there for the rebound, and that's one of those times where if you're Jack Darcy, you're just wishing you were a left-handed shot to be right there for it.
Yep. Aurora goalie Hart was able to slide really well from left to right over there to make that save and recover from the turnover in their own end. So
Flyers with a close chance, as a couple good opportunities for them as they're trying to get that momentum moving. Bishop trying to throw it on goal. That'll get deflected aside as Pickens will go into the corner to try to retrieve it, unable to do so. And the Spartans will be able to clear, and now they have a 2-on-1. Bishop coming back on defense. Good pad save by Fisher, and another good follow-up save. Couple big saves from Mike Fisher there on the 2-on-1 opportunity. Also a good job by Zach Bishop on defense to get back to try to cut down on those chances for the Spartans, but it'll still be 2-1 Spartans with 7:19 to go.
Fisher able to move really well left to right there and right to left back when it came back around the net. So he's still doing really well tracking that puck.
That side-to-side movement, really a strong suit of Fisher's, able to get across his crease, get those long legs over to make the saves. Another shot will go through. That one will get blocked in traffic by Parshall. Aurora trying to find the follow-up opportunity. They'll be unable to do so. They'll have to recollect, and they'll be content to throw it into the corner, as that'll be Tyler Kramer who will throw it out. And Matt Moore will give chase. Moore trying to use his speed to get there. Able to get there, but unable to gain control of the puck, as Wilninski will give it a go. As Morrow will grab it in the defensive zone, trying to look for the centering pass. Tough angle shot will hit the side of the net. Looked like he was trying to find McDonald, who was coming in as the trailing man in the slot. As Aurora will once again gain control. Kramer will chip that one into the zone and give chase, but I believe it was offsides.
It was offsides there. The Flyers have done a really good job in the past couple minutes forcing a couple offensive zone turnovers. They're doing a good job on the forecheck, forcing those turnovers, and that's where those opportunities come from. That's where their goal came from, and so they're going to keep looking to continue those that good forecheck they've got going.
Trying to find those moments where the Aurora defense maybe caught sleeping a little bit in their zone. That's a tough angle shot. That'll get deflected, but Fisher able to make the save. Spartans trying to center it. That one will fall to the stick of Matt Gore. As he'll advance it through center, he has Ligas and Selman with him. As Ligas will go hard into the boards, trying to center it. No one there. As Zapego will clear, or will grab it on the sideboards, able to throw it on goal. Ligas trying to center it, unable to find a target though, as we've reached just under 6 minutes to go in this opening frame. Zapego will try to get out to Selman, able to do so, but it'll fall right back to the six of the Aurora's defenders. As Selman will go hard in the boards, as the Flyers trying to throw this puck on goal, trying to find something. Unable to do so though, as it will once again trickle out to center, and they'll need to check up to avoid the offsides. Aurora trying to find a way to gain control in their zone. They're able to do so, as it'll fall back to Kramer for the Flyers. Throughout center, stopping and starting on the blue line, getting it up to Darcy, who will chip it in and give chase after that one into the corner, unable to find it. As the Spartans winning a lot of these battles in the corners that we've been seeing. A little bit more size on their side in a lot of them. The Flyers need to find a way to avoid those, or to maybe take the battle to the end boards, as Kramer will go in pursuit of that one. Walsh in there to help. Once again, the Flyers able to get the puck in their zone, just ain't able to keep it, as Aurora now bringing it on the far side, gets around Matt Sharp, but Tyler Kramer able to find the puck again. Trying to make something happen in these last couple minutes of the first as we hit the 4:20 mark to go. Darcy will try to grab the puck in front of the goal, and Matt Sharp grabbing it now. He'll be content to dump it off the boards as the Flyers will change out some lines, get some fresh bodies on the ice. Turnover there almost by Matt Morrow. Was almost able to grab. Would have been a prime opportunity for the Flyers if they were able to do so. And Aurora's able to turn it into a chance on the other side. That'll be a great blocker save by Fisher, and he'll get the rebound save on the pad as well. So two good saves by Fisher to keep Aurora off the scoreboard any further.
In addition to being very aggressive in the offensive zone, Aurora is very aggressive in their own defensive zone, making it very difficult for the Flyers to even set up any sort of play. At this point, the Flyers just got to be looking to get shots on goal and not looking to move too slow, because they've got two defensemen on them right away.
Aurora's not a team that's afraid to go to the corners in their defensive zone to kind of play that man-on-man defense almost, instead of a more zone configuration. They're able to take those board battles because they know that they can win them most of the time, and they have been. So that one will go for icing with 3:41 to go. Flyers still looking for that equalizer late in the first. That would be a huge momentum boost going into the locker room. As the Morrow, Wilninski, and McDonald line out there now, as Parcel will flip it out to center. Wilninski will give chase. Unable to get to it before the Aurora defender will be in. Bishop will need to restart from his zone. Able to find Wilninski. And once again, falling right back into the hands of the Aurora Spartans. They're able to shut down these clearing attempts. As this one now, opportunity for the Spartans. Nice toe drag, but that one will go over the goal. As McDonald now holding in his defensive zone, trying to get it to Bishop. Able to do so, but fall right back in the hands of the Spartans. Shot will get off a shin guard of a Aurora player in front. Another shot from the point. That one turned aside by Fisher. Nice rebound opportunity. Turned aside as well, as McDonald will be content to clear the puck. As the Flyers will make wholesale offensive line changes now. Aurora throwing it on goal. That one will go wide of Fisher with 2:45 now to go. DePego trying to flip it out of the zone, unable to do so. He's now able to clear it, and it'll be Pickens that will give chase along with Hawkinson. Two newcomers to this team on this line with junior Brett Kandra, as DePego will get upended in the defensive zone. As Aurora now holding on the far point, sends it down the boards around the goal. Spartans looking for the goal late in this period that could extend their lead back to 2 Flyers, trying to prevent that and find one of their own. But Aurora just doing a fantastic job of stopping any chances in the neutral zone, as Kandra now has Hawkinson on his left, trying to find a passing lane, unable to do so. That one will be turned aside by Ackley by the left pad. As Aurora will chip it in as we've just approached the 2-minute mark now in this first period. Centering pass there will get broken up. Good defensive play by Brett Kandra to turn that one aside, as the Spartans still able to control. Flyers unable to find a clear. Looked like that Spartans player tried to do a Michigan attempt there. Unable to find it on the blade of his stick. On the far point, shot will get deflected a couple times, able to be turned aside by Fisher, as Darcy trying to get this puck out of the zone. Sharp as well will come in to help, as Aurora really putting the clamps down on the Flyers offensively. On the far side now, just holding, trying to get a shot off from the point, and Fisher will be able to grab that one with the glove.
Very well tracked again by Fisher. He's doing a good job still tracking the puck, not letting those 2 early goals get under his skin too much. He's been able to rebound very well from that. The Flyers will also be looking to prevent any further goals. With Aurora has a lot of momentum right now. The Flyers need to try and slow it down, get the puck out, get it into the offensive zone, and hopefully get something working for them.
Absolutely. The Flyers had a little bit of momentum after that Matt Morrow goal, but it seems that the ice has tilted a little bit more in the direction of Aurora. But now Matt Ernsting on a breakaway. The shot will get turned aside by Ackley. Matt Ernsting with a great opportunity, but the Aurora netminder are able to turn that one aside, and the Spartans trying to bring it the other way, bring some momentum their way. That one will get turned aside. Now with half a minute to go, Walsh in clearing center. Had Kramer on his right. Was unable to find a target for it. Spartans now will need to clear that one to avoid the offsides, as now with 20 seconds to go, Lewis looking for one last opportunity to get something going to tie this game up. Morrow unable to find that pass. And Spartans once again moving in one-on-one. Shot will go over the goal and will hit the net. It'll be a salvage play with 6.1 seconds to go in the first.
Big defensive zone draw coming up here for the Flyers. They don't want to give anything up in the last couple seconds and give Aurora any more momentum than they already have.
Really just trying to find a way to get to this intermission and to be able to go into the locker room only down by 1. The officials having a little bit of a conversation with the Lewis bench.
I think that goes back to the puck went out of play, so the Lewis Flyers not able to change there.
Another change of rules of recent in terms of when teams can and can't change. Shot by Aurora right at the horn will get deflected wide. So at the end of 1, it'll be a 2-1 Spartans lead. Flyers going to be looking for some answers to Aurora's offensive pressure. They were able to find one kind of sloppy goal to cut the lead by 2, but Aurora also having 2 sloppy goals in that period. Logan, what do you think Lewis will need to do in the second to even this game back up and possibly find the lead?
I think they're going to have to limit the amount of defensive zone turnovers. Aurora has a very aggressive style of forecheck, and they forced a lot of defensive zone turnovers for the Flyers, and they're going to need to try to limit those and get the puck out of the zone as quickly as possible. Aurora has 2, 3 forecheckers on every single puck. So if you're able to get that puck out quick, you might get an odd man break going back the other way. So you want to try and use that against them to turn it into some offense.
Absolutely. So we'll be back with the second period in about 15 minutes. Stay tuned to the Lewis University Television Network. You're watching Flyers hockey. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Lewis University Television Network. We're just getting set for a second period hockey between the Aurora Spartans and the Lewis Flyers. Logan, Lewis coming in down 2-1. What are we going to see from them hopefully in this period to cut that deficit to 0 and hopefully get a lead?
Hopefully they're going to be, being able to break the puck out a little bit quicker. Like we talked about earlier, get a little more work in the offensive zone. They spent a lot of time in their own defensive zone that period. I'd like to see them have a little bit more offensive zone time, get some shots on goal. It's really hard for them to work the puck around. Like I said, Aurora is a very aggressive team, both on the offensive and defensive side. So Lewis not having a lot of time in their offensive zone to set up or make any sort of plays. So hopefully they'll be able to get some more shots on goal. We've seen a couple, all goals pretty much today have been sloppy. So anything on net at this point for Lewis, is a good quality chance.
Absolutely, just trying to generate those chances, generate those rebounds. As you mentioned, all goals really were just kind of sloppy goals that were thrown on goal, including the one that Matt Morrow scored for Lewis. So I imagine both teams are going to be looking to kind of clean it up offensively as well, because even Aurora, even though you're coming in this period 2-1, you had a lot of opportunities that you couldn't capitalize on if you're the Spartans. And those sloppy goals, you want to clean it up if you're on both sides as well. So I imagine we'll expect to see a little bit changes offensively, and obviously for the Flyers trying to lock it in defensively as well.
Yeah, especially limiting those amount of defensive zone turnovers. Again, Aurora very hard on every single puck, and being able to limit those defensive zone turnovers for the Flyers will be very important to try and limit the offensive capabilities of Aurora. So
Lewis just going to need a little bit more clean passing in the defensive zone, kind of cleaner breakout lanes, which obviously it looks easy from up here, from our vantage point, but on the ice, this, it's so much faster, and passing lanes can open and close as quick as each other. So
absolutely,
Flyers going to be looking for a way to take advantage of this intermission break that they had as we're underway in the second. As Aurora coming out with the puck to start, but Bishop will be able to control it off the boards. Darcy will have it at center as McDonald will give chase on the wing. It'll trickle out, and the Flyers will need to regroup in their defensive zone to begin this period, as Aurora trying to find control at center. A stick will get launched in the air, but Zach Bishop trying to find the outlet pass to Morrow. He'll be able to do so, trying to get around the man. Unable to get clear into a shooting lane. Caught up in Darcy's skates, so McDonald's trying to find the puck, unable to do so, and that one will get forced free by the Spartans. Josh Tapego trying to keep it in the zone for Lewis. Not able to do so, able to take one off the noggin to keep that one close, but Aurora needing to regroup as Zach Bishop coming in the right side. Shot will be saved by the glove of Ackley. The Flyers getting some early offensive chances, even though we're only a minute into this period.
Absolutely. They've been able to force a couple turnovers in their offensive zone. I think that'll be, again, very important. Any turnovers that they can force, they're not as speedy on the forecheck as Aurora, but any forecheck is a good forecheck, and any to get that puck back and possibly score another sloppy goal.
Absolutely.
You never know.
Definitely seeing so far that the Flyers really seemingly coming out with a little bit more pace to this period. They were a little bit slow to start the period, gained it a little bit back after that goal was scored, and then kind of lost it again. So hopefully the intermission kind of revitalized them, as that one will get sent the length of the ice by the Spartans and will go for icing with 18:40 to go. So Flyers getting a couple early chances for offensive zone draws, which we really didn't see much of in that first period. A lot of faceoffs were going towards the side of Aurora's offensive zone, so Flyers already kind of forcing the issue on the Spartans early in this period.
Absolutely. And they are able to choose the side of the draw for this icing, a new rule relatively recently that they have implemented. So
it's the way you can make sure you get your prime defenseman in position and make sure everyone can work around it as well. A new kind of element of the strategy of the game for this season. So Spartans will hold on the far boards, trying to move into the zone, pressured by Jack Selman and Dylan Parshall. Parshall able to strip the puck away and grab and send it around the boards for his defensive partner, Tyler Kramer. That one will hop off a light and back down, so the faceoff will go into the Flyers defensive zone to the left of Mike Fisher on the close dot. One of the disadvantages of playing at a rink like this, relatively low ceilings. If you flip one up a little bit too high, it'll be a stoppage of play.
they are still able to change, though. When the puck goes out of play, they are not able to change, but if it does hit the ceiling, they are still allowed to change after that puck out of play. So
Interesting was able to tie up the faceoff as Wilninski goes to the boards to battle for that one. And the Flyers able to gain control in the corner. Morfoot will send it around the boards as Selman will be there to retrieve it, as he'll try to get it out, being able to captain the zone from Aurora. And Ernsting laying a big hit at the blue line. Small guy, but he can throw his size around when he needs to. We saw him have a couple big hits last night as well in Naperville, as Matt Sharp doing a good job of getting that opportunity aside, as Wilninski able to get it out of the zone and cause the Spartans to have to reset, as Sharp will bank it off the boards. Flyers trying to find it in the neutral zone, unable to do so, as Aurora now moving in on the right side. Good save by Fisher off the blocker, as that one will get turned aside to the corner. Aurora holding now, trying to wrap it around. Good shot block by Morfoot, able to get his legs in the way of that one to turn that one aside, as it's making Fisher's job easier in that defensive zone. Flyers will make a couple line changes now, get some fresh bodies on. Aurora on the left side, trying to find a shooting lane, unable to do so. Yeah, it's getting tied up in some skates there, and we'll have a whistle. It'll be our first penalty of the game. It'll be an interference call. And it looks like the Flyers will be heading on to the power play.
very important first penalty here. We got to set the presence on the power play. All power plays, you know, can generate some very good offensive chances. A big opportunity here for the Flyers to tie up the game.
That'll be Sam Weiss for Aurora, who will sit for 2 minutes for the interference call. So the Flyers with a big chance on the power play now. Still relatively early in the second period, 16:52 to go. Last night the Flyers were able to capitalize on the power play a couple of times. They had a 5-on-3 and they were able to capitalize there. So trying to find a way to do that again. This is a big power play, as you mentioned, early in this period, only down by 1. Looking for that equalizer on the man advantage. Morrow will win the draw, but they'll have to redrop the puck.
It'll be interesting to see how aggressive Aurora is on the kill here in their own defensive zone.
Seeing if they keep up that intensity that we've seen through this game. That one will get sent the length of the ice. Fisher will hand it off to his captain, Ernsting, as he'll move it up to Bishop, as the Flyers will move it out off the boards, just out of reach of Morrow. Good keep in by Sharp to keep this on the Flyers side of the ice. McDonald will give chase. Aurora trying to clear once again, that time successful, as Fisher will grab it in the corner and send it out to Ernsting once again, as 30 seconds are gone on this power play for the Flyers. Morrow now on the near boards, moving through center, trying to get around a defender, looking for something, able to still hold the puck in the zone. Matt Morrow going for a lap around the offensive zone, as he'll finally get it to Ernsting, who will send it in deep. No one there for Lewis, though, but Ernsting able to keep it in along the boards. Sending it low to Morrow. Trying to find an outlet. He'll find McDonald behind the goal, who will let it go to Sharp in the far corner. Up to Bishop at the point, looking for something. Good shot block by Aurora. Bishop with a slap shot, also blocked. 2 big blocks for the Spartans. That was number 42, Tyler Sheens. As Bishop now with speed on the right side. Goes behind the goal, looking for someone in front. Darcy and Ernsting were both there, unable to find one though. Ernsting now behind the goal. Trying to find something, but Aurora will be able to clear once again. And now this could be a rush for Aurora. And it'll be a big save by Fisher off the pads. I couldn't tell if he got the pad on it or if it went back in the net and out, but Fisher able to find that save. Big save on the penalty kill, as now there's 3 seconds to go in this Lewis power play. Man out of the box for the Spartans, so back to equal strength now. And Jack Darcy will be heading to the box for a tripping call. Looks like he just got his stick tied up in the skates of the Aurora player. We saw Darcy take a similar penalty last night, so kind of unlucky in that regard, but the Flyers will sit one for 2 minutes.
Zach Bishop with an excellent back check there on that rush for Aurora. Fisher was able to make the save, and Bishop was able to clear that puck out of there, not as it sat right in front of the crease. You know, that's a very dangerous position for that puck to just be sitting with nobody in the goal. So excellent back check there by Zach Bishop.
Bishop, one of the stronger defenders on this Lewis team, had a little bit size and speed to his game, and able to get back and close that opportunity after Fisher was unable to find the rebound. So Aurora now on the power play, trying to extend their lead. This will be a good look at the Lewis defensive efforts and any adjustments they may have made in that intermission, as Aurora now holding on the left side, trying to dangle around Kandra. Centering shot will get turned aside by Morpho with a big clear. Kandra trying to spring Gore for an odd man rush, but Morpho will be content to clear it all the way down, as Flyers have now killed off 40 seconds of the Darcy tripping minor. That one almost turned over by Gore, and now Aurora with numbers, a 3-on-2. They're unable to get an opportunity off as Kandra coming in with the back check. And they're holding in the far corner up to the point for the Spartans. Back and forth now, holding down low at the dot. Shot saved by Fisher right to the logo with 57 seconds to go on the Darcy penalty. Flyers looking good in the defensive zone.
Yeah, I mean, they had 2 forecheckers create a very dangerous opportunity for Aurora, but they were solid and able to come back in their own defensive zone.
Were able to find a way to get that back check on. Brett Kandra came back and made a good play at the point. And Aurora still looking for answers on this power play, as McDonald will win the faceoff, send it back to Partial. Bryjack pressuring on the point. Aurora still holding on the far circle. Centering chance will get blocked by Partial. And Spartans able to keep it in by a great diving effort. Into the slot, big block by Alex Bryjack. Able to get a shin guard on that one, and he'll send it all the way down, as there's now 30 seconds to go on the Spartan power play. Flyers kind of going back to basics on this penalties kill, just getting in the way, getting those shot blocks. That's a big opportunity by Aurora, but I believe that one also caught a stick or a shin pad. Now there's 50 seconds to go. Big clapper from the far side will miss the net for the Spartans, and they'll need to check up to avoid the offsides. There are now 3 seconds left in the power play. Kramer with one last clear, and Darcy will be out of the box. We'll make a quick swap as Jack Selman will come on the ice. So very good penalty kill all around for the Flyers, as Aurora player dangling in, trying to get a shot on Fisher, but he's able to turn that one aside. As Ernsting has McDonald on his left, on the right side, Matt Ernsting able to get around one quick shot, unable to get the blade of his stick on. It looked like it caught more of the heel of it, unable to elevate that puck as he wanted it, and the Spartans will come back the other way. Left side broken up by Matt Ernsting, as Selman will be able to throw it out. Now this is Jake Wolninski all by himself. Shot, and that'll get turned aside by Ackley. Great opportunity by the freshman to even this game up. Wolninski trying again to get this puck, but Aurora able to grab it and clear, but Ernsting able to keep it in. Good offensive pressure from the Flyers off the back of a very good penalty kill. Aurora now moving into their offensive zone on the left side. Shot will get blocked by Matt Sharp, and we'll have a stoppage of play with 11:39 to go in the second period.
The Flyers able to force a couple turnovers, have a couple good offensive chances during that play right there. After a big kill, they were able to kill that penalty very well and turn that into a couple offensive zone opportunities.
Flyers seem to have really cleaned up their transitional game as well. A lot of times in the first period they were getting stopped in the neutral zone, and now they're finding ways to find the open man. As just as we talk about that, Matt Morrow now looking for a break. He'll get around the defender. He'll get tripped up. And Flyers will be heading back to the power play. And that's a big hit from Aurora on Josh McDonald. He's down. Morrow still able to gain control. McDonald trying to grab this puck in the corner. Darcy controlling. That will get touched by the Spartans. And the Flyers will be heading back to the power play.
Possibly a 5-on-3 here. A couple penalties happening on that shift for the
potential
Aurora Spartans.
5-on-3 with the hit on McDonald. For sure one will sit for Aurora on the trip on Morrow, and we'll see if it's more, as Josh McDonald was a little bit shaken up after that hit, but he got up, and it looks like a major penalty for boarding, I assume. That was number 53 for the Spartans. Eric Norman, I believe.
Both officials did have their hand up, so I believe we should be getting a couple penalties here for the Spartans.
So
big power play opportunity here for the Flyers coming up.
Presumably the 5-minute major for boarding, and then penalties to follow. So in terms of looking at who sits, will a player from Aurora serve anything for the 5-minute major?
They will have to have someone in the box. They will be shorthanded, so they will have to have someone sit for that to be able to come out of the box and even up. We might be getting actually a penalty shot here, depending on what the official has called. We'll wait to see.
It all depends on if Morrow was free enough on that breakaway, which to my eyes, it looked like he was. I personally was expecting a penalty shot to be called, looking at that just live. But it definitely looked like he did have a step on the Aurora defender around him.
Right, and so for the penalty shot, you do have to be followed directly from behind or diagonally from behind. And if he was able to catch up and be right next to him, then we won't be seeing a penalty shot. But again, it depends on what the official saw. The official was right there, and I trust that he's making the right call.
So number 27 for Aurora is in the box, presumably to serve the 5 minutes, as they have not sat another player and nothing has been motioned in terms of penalty shots. The officials are talking to the Lewis bench, trying to figure this out. Talking to Aurora's captain and Zach Bishop as well, getting an explanation of all of this. As
the fact that we only have one person in the Aurora penalty box makes me think that we might be seeing a penalty shot here.
We do have all players by their benches, and it will be a penalty shot for Matt Morrow. I don't think I've ever seen a penalty shot at one of the loose hockey games, so this is a first, but Matt Morrow with a big opportunity to tie this game up at 2 halfway through the second period. And on top of this, Flyers are going to be heading to the power play right after this as well, so big opportunity now as Morrow off on his penalty shot. And he'll score! Matt Morrow, a couple sick handling moves, and he'll send that one past Ackley, and this game is tied.
Nothing too complicated right there on the penalty shot, nor is it needed. The shot is always a good choice, and right there it works out for Matt Morrow. This game is now tied up.
Matt Morrow, a guy that can rip it when he needs to, and he showed it there. He now has 4 goals in the last 2 days, scoring twice yesterday and twice today, and this is a huge momentum shift for the Flyers. He's now going to have a 5-on-4 for the next 5 minutes. This will be a massive opportunity for the Flyers to get back on top now that this game is tied.
They'll be looking to score a couple goals on this power. With a major penalty, they can score as many goals as they want, and they will be on the power play for 5 minutes, no matter what.
So a non-canceling major penalty now. Big opportunity for the Flyers. 5 minutes to work with, extra ice to work with as well. We're just hitting the 11-minute mark of this period. Be interesting to see how Aurora responds, what kind of strategy they put forth with 5 minutes shorthanded, which is a considerable amount of time. Sharp pressured on the boards by the Spartans. They're going to look for a shorthanded opportunity as Morrow will give chase into the corner. Flyers trying to find a way to get into their offensive zone as Morrow flying through the neutral zone, using that extra space that he has. On the left side, going around the goal, looking for a passing target, finds Bishop on the point. Back to Morrow. Clapper with huge block by the Spartan captain, number 14, Morrow. Once again, back it in the slot. That'll get deflected. I believe McDonald got a piece of that and it popped over Ackley. Bishop now on the point, sends it over to Ernsting, able to dish it down. Sharp unable to find the puck. And Aurora unable to clear as Ernsting will grab it on the far point. Down low to Sharp, unable to find it once again. That pass not connecting for a second time now as Ernsting will have to retreat and give chase as both teams will change out some guys, get some fresh bodies on the ice. Zach Bishop with a nice spin move in the neutral zone to bring it in. It looks like Michael Ligas was a step ahead of the play.
Oh, looks like Lewis will be going, just got a penalty for too many men on the ice right here.
This is a too many men call. So a potential bench minor now for too many men. The keen eye of Logan Kapp possibly catching that one as Michael Ligas will sit for 2 for the too many men.
That's really unfortunate for the Flyers as well. They were looking really good on the power play. They were able to set up, have a couple good opportunities, but they'll have a little bit of power play time left after this penalty is concluded, but right now we'll be going 4-on-4.
It'll be 4-on-4 for the next 2 minutes. Flyers will have about a minute and a half of power play time after that, so still almost getting a full power play after that. So not the ideal situation for the Flyers. They would have loved that full 3.5 minutes, but they'll settle for a minute and a half and maybe looking to make something happen at 4-on-4 here as well. Flyers, interesting arrangement here. They'll have Wolninski, DePego, Partial, and Kramer out. So a single forward and 3 defensemen for the Flyers. As DePego will control that center. He'll send it back to Kramer. Trying to get up to Partial, unable to do so, but Wolninski almost able to find it. He'll need to check up to avoid the offsides. Flyers once again will start up outside of their defensive zone, right to the hands of them. Aurora player now is DePego trying to cut off the angle. He's able to do so. And Fisher with an easy save. Great defensive effort by Josh DePego to cut off that angle, really take away a huge shooting lane there with the stick. As the Spartans able to control in their defensive zone as they move through center. On the left side, shot, score! The elevated shot from Aurora, able to beat Mike Fisher in tight on that goal, but it made its way to the back of the goal.
4-on-4, there's a lot of open ice out there. If Aurora's able to capitalize on that, move in quick on Fisher and get that elevated shot into the back of the net.
So Michael Ligas looked like he was ready to leave the penalty box, serving the bench minor for too many men, but he will continue to sit for another minute and 8 seconds. Any rule insight on that one as to why the penalty wouldn't cancel off the Aurora goal?
Yeah, because they are both shorthanded. So when they're both shorthanded, it's just like they were 5-on-5. So there is still icing. The icing is normal, and any goals that are scored, the player does not come out of the box.
So the penalty will still continue. Interesting. The Flyers able to control it. Darcy with it over to Bishop at the point. Big shot, score! That'll get deflected by Matt Ernsting in front. A huge response by the Flyers. They've tied this game at 3 with 8:23 to go.
Ernsting doing a good job standing right in front of the net, able to get a stick on that, deflect it, take away the eyes of the goaltender just a little bit. And just like that, we're back and tied up.
That is just what the doctor ordered. After Aurora was able to score on the 4-on-4, Lewis says, well, what you can do, I can do as well. And this game is right back tied. So we have a totally different game now in this second period compared to the first. Now tied at 3. Flyers will still have that minute and a half of power play time after this, and they want to keep this momentum rolling. You could see the energy from Ernsting and Bishop after that goal. They were feeling it after that one. And they're going to keep it going as Wilninski will send in the zone. Morrow will give chase up along the boards, unable to find control of it though. Tyler Kramer will come in, keep the puck in, trying to get it to Wilninski as there's now 5 seconds left on the Ligas minor, so the Flyers will be heading back to 5-on-4 now. Ligas back on the ice, and they'll have a minute 35 now of power play time, as Kramer will hold in his defensive zone. Wilninski trying to sidestep a man, unable to do so, as Ligas will try to regain control and get it away from the Aurora attacker, and Brett Kanger will now grab it out of his defensive zone. He has Ligas on his right, trying to look for an option. Gets to Ligas beneath the goal, to the point for Kramer. Kramer fakes a shot over to Dylan Parcel. Parcel's shot through traffic will get turned aside by a defender. Parcel able to keep it in the zone though. Another shot, that one will get through, but high into the right, as that one will get sent out of the zone by the Spartans, and Parcel will give chase to it in front of his goaltender. So 50 seconds to go on the 5-minute major penalty, as we just approach the 7-minute mark of this period. Kramer will sidestep a guy to get around in his zone, but Parcel will need to regroup. Flyers need to find a way to get this in their offensive zone. That one will get sent around. Michael Ligas will be able to get to that puck first though, along the end boards, able to get around the defender, trying to chip it over to Ernsting, and that one will be another Aurora penalty, as Ernsting got cross-checked in the back, I believe.
Flyers trying to continue their momentum that they had before the too many men call on the power play, and now there'll be a short 5-on-3, and then going back to a 5-on-4 power play. They'll be looking to score here, go ahead for the first time this afternoon.
So that'll be Joe Costello sitting for Aurora for 2 minutes. I missed the ref signal, but I believe it would be cross-checking looking at the play, as Ernsting went down pretty hard. As
cross-checking, interference.
It could have been a variety of things.
Both 2 minutes.
Bishop now moving, that will go in. Zach Bishop will give the Flyers the lead. Moved into the close circle and was able to beat Ackley on the glove side. Looks like that got deflected by possibly an Aurora player in front. It changed direction at least once. But regardless, Zach Bishop will give the Flyers their first lead of the game and their first lead against Aurora this weekend.
Excellent job capitalizing on that 5-on-3 right there. So that cross-checking / interference penalty will be nullified now that they have scored on the power play. So they will be on the power play for 10 more seconds from that major penalty earlier.
Talk about the Flyers taking advantage of this power play time. They entered this period down 2-0, really with nothing going off, or excuse me, 2-1. Not much going offensively, but able to find 3 goals now, 2 on the power play, and a big response this period by the Flyers, really energizing their offense here. As now Morrow on the left side now, trying to find a chance, just lost control of the puck almost. Gets it down low to Ernsting, trying to get it across ice to McDonald. Will get deflected the way over. And now Aurora moving the other way. That one, good shot block by Matt Morrow off the side of the net, and that one will get turned aside. Shot from the slot will get pushed aside for Aurora as well. So a couple close chances for the Spartans to even this game back up, as we're approaching the 5-minute mark here in this period, 5:40 to go. But Flyers defense able to nullify any of them. Now Bishop with a great defensive play along with Pickens to get that puck broken up in that chance. As now in the slot, Aurora shot, big glove save by Mike Fisher. Not much traffic there that time, able to track that puck right to the glove.
No, and the Flyers are starting to get a little sloppy. I think they had a lot of offensive zone time. They are starting to get a little sloppy in their own defensive zone, and the Aurora player had a lot of time to take that shot. So I'd like to see a little bit more pressure in their own defensive zone and trying to force a couple more turnovers.
If you're Lewis, you have to make sure that you don't get too comfortable with this 1-goal lead, because it's a very dangerous goal to lead, as we just saw a close opportunity from Aurora there. Try not to get too comfortable where you are and still make sure that you're pressuring in the defensive zone, as Aurora now on the right side trying to get that one through the crease. Unable to find a target, as Hawkinson will tie himself up with a Spartan. Pass to the slot was a close opportunity for Aurora. It was able to be turned aside as now Flyers looking for a clear. That one will get through traffic. I believe that may have hit the toe of Fisher or off the side of the goal and sent to the corner. As Sharp will head to the corner, trying to get this puck out of the zone. Kandra bumping a player along and be able to be cleared by Gavin Hawkinson as Logan Pickens, the freshman, will give chase to that one. Aurora still with control in the offensive zone. Brett Kandra will get pushed down in the neutral zone. As Aurora now moving in the zone. Shot from the hash marks will get pushed aside by the stick of Matt Sharp. Good defensive play by him. As Aurora seemingly finding their feet a little bit more in the offensive zone now after that great pressure by Lewis. Big shot block there by Jack Selman. They're not letting that one through, and Ernsting now pushing it through the zone, trying to find a target, able to flip it up to Selman, able to bat it down, trying to get it to Wilninski. As Wilninski will hold down to Selman. Gets tied up along the boards, able to come free from that. Selman will hand it off to Ernsting behind the goal. Shipping it up to the point for Josh DePego. DePego throws it on goal, and that one will get deflected up into the rafters, and we'll have a stoppage of play with 3:51 to go in the second.
Aurora seems to be slowing down a little bit in their own defensive zone here. They're not moving quite as fast. They're not on the Lewis team as much as they were in the first period. So Lewis hopefully trying to get something going here with just about 4 minutes left. It'd be a really good momentum swing in their direction if they can get another goal, go up by 2 before the end of this period.
Absolutely. Aurora definitely playing a little bit more composed in their defensive zone, not taking the body as much with guys, not doing as many corner battles, playing a little bit safer now that they're down by 1. Wilninski now will control it through center for the Flyers, trying to get around the defender, unable to do so, but it'll go right to the stick of Jack Selman. Selman to Ernsting. Close opportunity there, but it'll hop off the stick as the Spartans will move the other way. Cross-ice pass will not find its intended target, as Flyers trying to find a way to get this out of the zone. Tough angle shot. That one will get turned aside by Fisher. Looked like that may have caught his shoulder, as Zach Bishop now able to intercept it, and he'll try to use his speed to get free. He's able to get around the defender. Quick shot. Rebound almost there for Ernsting, but it'll trickle over his stick. Bishop still with control in the slot. Down low to Ernsting, trying to get it back. But the Aurora defender went down to stop it. Morrow holding. Quick shot by Morrow. Glove save by Ackley. And now Darcy will hold it in the far corner, looking for a target. Darcy patiently waiting for something to come open. He'll be content with sending it around the boards. No one there. And a big outlet pass almost there for the Spartans. Aurora holding in their zone, pressured by Josh DePego. That one will get deflected by DePego to the opposite side. McDonald will give chase as he's able to regain control, get it to Darcy. As Darcy will move through center, he'll be content to throw it on goal. And Ackley will make the save for Aurora with 2:14 to go in the second period. Still a 4-3 Flyer lead.
Flyers are trying to get a little bit too fancy there in their offensive zone. I'd like to see the puck just, a shot on goal right there. There was a couple times where they had passed the puck where they could have shot it and had a possibly high-quality opportunity to score.
If there's one thing that first period showed us, sometimes it's the simplest of shots that work. You don't have to overthink it too much, so maybe time for both teams to go back to basics here, as Parcel will control it as we've reached the 2-minute mark of this period. Close chance by Aurora. Aurora trying to go through the blue paint in front of Fisher a lot, unable to find any targets as of late, though, as that one will trickle through once again, but that'll pop to the side of Fisher. Aurora holding on the close boards now. Pass to the left point, and will get turned aside by Fisher, as Gore will go to the corner, able to find the puck, though, and he'll give it to Brett Kandra, who will move out to center, as Flyers will need to check up because of the offsides. Gore must not have seen the official signal, as the whistle will be blown with 1:32 to go, as Bryjak, which is a little bit too ahead of the play on that one.
They'll be looking to finish, both teams will be looking to finish the period off strong here. I know the Flyers will be looking to hopefully get one more before the end of the period, but taking this 1-goal lead at least into the end of the second period is very important for the Flyers.
Be a big source of momentum for Lewis if they can hold on to this lead. That's going to be a tripping call on Zach Bishop now, as he tried to apply some pressure defensively to the Aurora player, but ended up getting his foot stuck down there and tripping up the player. So it'll be a 2-minute tripping call for Bishop with 1:19 to go, and Flyers are just going to be hoping they can kill this off and get to the end of the period.
Very important for them to try and kill this off and take this 1-goal lead into the end of the period. We don't want to give Aurora any more momentum than they have already had.
Aurora definitely gaining a little bit more momentum since Lewis scored last. They're trying to find a way to get the ice tilted back in their favor, and this power play could be what they're looking for. So the Flyers going to have a big penalty kill on their hands here. So Aurora holding now on the close shot, cross ice pass into the slot. That'll be turned away by Fisher. Another save. That shot may have gone wide. Fisher with no stick now. Big pad save as well, as Lewis looking for a clear, so Fisher can gather his equipment. The Aurora player will go down at the point. That one will trickle aside as we hit 50 seconds to go in the second. Some big saves by Mike Fisher there to keep Aurora from tying this game. Spartans will move in on the right side. Kandra laying a hip check there as DePego holding behind his goal. Trying to clear, will get crunched along the boards with 33 to go now. Over to the close dot for the Spartans. Nice move through the crease, but a big blocker save by Mike Fisher to turn that one aside late in this period. And it'll pop out of the zone for Aurora with 15 seconds to go. Shot from the far side, and once again getting turned aside as Flyers going to try to tie this one up to kill out the rest of the clock. 5 seconds to go. Shot will get blocked. Kandra with one final clear, and the horn will sound. And in a period where the Flyers started down 2-1, they will leave it up 4-3 after some big power play goals, some big chances, and a big momentum shift in that period. And the Flyers going to be bringing this lead into the locker room, and most importantly into the third period.
Absolutely, yeah. Fisher played very well in the second half of that period. Aurora had a couple high-quality scoring opportunities that Fisher was able to turn aside. I think it'll be very important for the Flyers defense to keep that front of the net clear and give him a good sight line on the puck. He's done a very good job tracking the puck up until this point, but it is very important for them to try and keep that lane clear and allow him to have visual on the puck.
Absolutely. Great period by Fisher, great period by the Flyers as a response to that first. We'll be back with the third in about 15 minutes. Flyers up 4-3. You're watching the Lewis University Television Network. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to LUTN. Just getting ready for third period hockey here. Flyers had a huge second period, able to score 3 goals, holding Aurora to only 1. They're up 4-3 in the third. Logan, what did we see in that second, and now what do we hope to see in this third period now?
Very aggressive play from both teams. I think, the Flyers were able to capitalize on some chances that they had. They were able to take the lead into the third period, which is always a good thing. I think for this period, whoever scores first, that's going to be what really sets the tone for this period. So the Flyers will definitely want to try and get another goal, to increase that lead by 1 and not allow Aurora to tie it up as easily. So.
Absolutely. Looking at that 1-goal lead, that first goal really matters because that's the difference between Lewis being up by 2 and this game being tied. So, Aurora having now 20 seconds of power play time carry over from the Zach Bishop tripping minor. They're going to try to take advantage of it as they'll have it early on in their zone. They'll cycle it behind Mike Fisher. Fisher also having a very good second period, seemingly kind of solving the problem with traffic in front of his net, able to see the puck a little bit better and make a lot of key saves. As Zach Bishop will exit the penalty box. We're back to 5-on-5, so Flyers able to successfully kill the penalty off as Aurora trying to tie this game up as puck now in behind Fisher. As Kramer trying to pull away with it, and he'll be able to do so. Get it to Zach Bishop as he'll flip it up to Parcel and out to center. As Spartans will need to regroup, they'll need to check up for offsides, but now far side for Aurora. Drop pass will go right into the stick of Jake Wolninski. One thing to note for this third period, actually for the second period, is that Ty Walshin was pulled from the first period to enter concussion protocol, so he will not be playing, and we have another early penalty from Aurora, as that'll be number 10 for the Spartans.
Huge opportunity here for the Flyers to take a 2-goal commanding lead in this third period.
So Joe Costello will sit for the second time today. I didn't quite catch what the penalty was. Not sure if you did, Logan.
I believe it happened somewhere on the Flyers blue line. It appeared to be, the call was tripping, so I think it was right behind the play. The rear official able to catch that one.
So regardless, Flyers will be up a man for 2 minutes now. They will have a prime opportunity to extend this lead in the third now. Flyers really were able to come alive on that power play last period, and they're going to try to do the same today, as that one will hop into the net and go out of play.
I think there will be a lot of emotions flowing in this third period. I think that had partially to do with the penalty that just happened to put the Aurora Spartans down 1. So that'll be something to keep an eye on. As the tempers flare late in the game, it's a close game.
If this is anything like last night's game, and really any Aurora Lewis matchup that we've seen, tempers can and will flare in the third period, and you'll be guys playing with a lot of emotion trying to win this game. Spartans able to get a big clear there as they now have 1:30 to go. That one got sent all the way around to another Spartans player trying to make a move around Ernsting, unable to do so, and looks like Matt Ernsting will be heading to the box. This will actually go, I believe, to Aurora. I thought it was going to be a tripping call on Ernsting, but it looks like that'll be Sam Weiss for the Spartans for an interference call, presumably goalie interference. He kind of bumped into Fisher a little too much. So the Flyers now with a big 5-on-3 opportunity with just over 2 minutes gone in this third period. The lack of discipline from the Spartans starting to hurt them, as we saw as well in the second period.
Yeah, the emotions are really starting to take over already in this period.
Aurora definitely a team from the past that we've seen that, kind of plays with their emotions in the forefront of their game. A very physical team, a very gritty team, and sometimes that can, get the best of them. And we're seeing that here today as a couple penalties in the second period that led to a couple Flyers goals, and now a prime 5-on-3 opportunity for the Flyers, as the Aurora bench will get an explanation of the call.
Very long 5-on-3 here for the Lewis Flyers. They'll be looking to set up. They had a couple good power play opportunities last period, and I think they're going to try and continue that right now.
So they'll be 5-on-3 for about 1:20, and then they'll have 40 seconds of 5-on-4 time. So plenty of time for Lewis to work with in terms of power play time. Now we'll get sent all the way down to The Flyers and Ernsting will cycle it out of his zone. Through center, Flyers with this number 1 power play line. Great backhand attempt by Partial, turned aside by Ackley. So it'll be Partial and Bishop out there for defense. And it'll be Morrow, Ernsting, and McDonald out there for the forwards. McDonald replacing Ty Walshin, who is in concussion protocol for the remainder of the game. Bishop out front to Morrow. Morrow with a quick shot. That one will go high and will send itself all the way around the boards and out of the zone as Ernsting will retreat to center to grab it. Matt Morrow coming with speed. Around 1, drop pass to McDonald. McDonald a shot, blocker save. Knocked down by Parcel, trying to get another opportunity. And a hand pass will be called. With 16:59 to go. And 22 seconds more of 5-on-3 time for the Flyers.
Matt Morrow, definitely a player to watch here in this third period. He already has 2 goals this game. Be looking for his hat trick goal this period. With a good opportunity there almost.
Matt Morrow is a guy that can turn it on when he needs to, so he'll definitely be a guy to watch with this power play time. As it looks like a timeout will be called. Flyers going to try to assemble the troops and see what their game plan will be for the remaining time of this 5-on-3. They know how important this time can be. Even though there's 17 minutes to go in this period, getting this goal here not only shifts the score, but it can also shift momentum, which will be big for Lewis.
Absolutely. The Flyers did look kind of rushed on this power play. I think they're going to call this timeouts, try and slow the game down a little bit. You know, they have plenty of time, still 22 seconds with 5-on-3, and then about 40 seconds with the power play after that. They're going to be looking, again, keep it nice and slow, nice and simple. Yeah, I mean, you know, pucks on goal, that's number 1 on this power play. We saw a couple greasy goals earlier, a couple sloppy goals, and I'm sure they'll be looking to score again.
Absolutely. You talk about putting pucks on goal. That's how all 3 goals in the first period were scored. So if it worked then, it might as well work now. So the Flyers going to be going back to basics, trying to figure out their game plan now as still a little bit of 5-on-3 time to work with. I mean, you still have that extra 5-on-4 time, which the Flyers have shown that they can work with as well, both today and yesterday. This will be Matt Ernsting bringing it into the zone. Cross ice feed over to McDonald. McDonald able to kick it back to the boards for Zach Bishop, who sends it back down. That'll be grabbed by Matt Morrow. Back to Bishop as they go back and forth along the far boards. Over to Ernsting. Ernsting down low to Morrow, unable to connect on that pass. It would have been a prime opportunity to get Ackley moving. Bishop with a slapper from the point. That one will get blocked to the side as McDonald will keep it in, sends it around. Dylan Parcel will grab it. And we'll find Matt Morrow below the goal line. Morrow moving in front, back up to the point, back into the slot now. Trying to get it to McDonald, and McDonald will fan on the shot. And Ackley will be able to grab the chance. Another opportunity where you're wishing McDonald was a left-handed shot there. He would have been primed perfectly for that, but Flyers pressuring on this power play. 17 seconds to go on the 5-on-4.
The Flyers had Aurora running around in their own defensive zone there. They'll look to continue that momentum they just had into the last 17 seconds of this power play.
Regardless if Lewis is successful on this power play and converting, the momentum that you can get from a power play like this, regardless if you score on it or not, just being able to get your offense going, get that energy behind it can be very beneficial regardless of what the result is. The Flyers will be able to push in their zone as we're back to 5-on-5 hockey as we have just under 16 minutes left to play in this third period. 4-3 Lewis lead as Aurora shot from the circle and Fisher able to corral that one and make the stop.
A couple of things that we'll be looking for here out of the Flyers is not to limit the amount of defensive zone turnovers. We don't want to give Aurora any more opportunities than they are already getting. And they'll also be trying to get the puck in deep as quickly as possible. Get it over the red line, get it in deep, you know, wind down that clock as much as possible.
Best way for the Flyers to kill that clock is get some offensive zone time, and that can lead to some scoring opportunities. So they'll surely be trying to do that as Josh Tepego with a great defensive play to strip the puck away from the Aurora offender. Shot from just outside the circles will get pushed aside by a body in front. as the Spartans still able to hold on the near boards. Into the slot. Good pad save by Fisher. Rebound will go wide. And that one will get thrown on goal. And Fisher will make the routine catcher stop with 15:05 to go in this third.
Slow down the momentum a little bit. Aurora seemed to have a couple of chances there. Fisher wanted to slow it down, get a nice face-off off to his left side. Allow the Flyers to kind of regroup a little bit and hopefully work on getting that puck out.
Fisher's going to be a big part in killing this time, not only from making saves, obviously, but also from controlling the pace of the game. As a goaltender, you have the ability to kind of dictate the pace of the other team's offense if you can get in control of it. And the more Fisher can do that, and he's been doing a great job of it so far, kind of beginning in the second period. As Aurora now hold it, far point shot saved by Fisher off the blocker. He'll turn that one aside. He's been looking good in these last two periods as Wolnitzki will give chase to that puck as Aurora will grab it in their defensive zone. Spartans looking for an outlet, and they will be able to find it as that one will get deflected through center. It'll fall into the stick of Tyler Kramer, who will chip it up to Ernsting. Ernsting looking for a target. Will send it back to Kramer as Flyers will regroup on their breakout. As they'll make some line changes as well. That one will get chipped up. Trying to find Morrow onto the opposite side of him. Icing will get waved off as Morrow got a touch on it, and the Spartans will regain control with 14 minutes to go. Strong outlet pass, unable to find his target. As Parcel will go to the corner and pass it off to Kramer, who will move through the neutral zone now. Pressured by a couple Spartan players now. That one will get sent to the corner. Kramer trying to battle for this puck. And slap point from Josh McDonald will get corralled by Ackley by the catching glove of him. Another good opportunity by the Flyers.
Flyers doing a really good job in their own defensive zone, not forcing too much. They're really taking their time, trying to look for passes. Again, trying to really limit the amount of turnovers. They had a lot of turnovers in their own zone in the first period. Did a little bit better job with the second. They're trying to continue that nice, good breakout into this third period here.
Flyers definitely had those clean breakouts, getting a little bit more dialed in the second period, as you mentioned. As Kramer will hold it in the defensive zone in front of Fisher, bouncing it off the boards in front of his bench. Regained by Aurora, though. Good takeaway by Bryjack, able to get it back to his D-men to be able to get that breakout going. Once again, Ligas able to push into the zone as Bryjack will give chase. He'll have Kendra coming along the boards for assistance as Aurora able to break it out once again. Flyers seem to be falling back into that trend of getting it deep into the zone but unable to keep it in the zone. As Aurora doing a good job of chasing down those pucks and getting clean breakouts of their own. Josh DePego will hold it and send it around the boards. Bryjack will grab it. Turnover now. Aurora will be able to regain control of it. Sneaking along the boards. And then that centering feed from the hash mark. That one will just go high. And it'll pop out of the zone. The Spartans will need to regroup. Now back in the offensive zone. Good shot block by Josh DePego. As he was able to turn that one aside. And now the Spartans still looking for something in the offensive zone. Pass into the slot. Big pad save by Fisher. Selman unable to clear. Blocked by Zach Bishop by the stick. Wraparound opportunity for the Spartans, unable to go home. And between the legs a bid by the Spartans, too, also able to get blocked. So some big plays by Lewis defensively, but still looking for that clear as Kendra in the corner now. Puck seems to always fall back to the six of Aurora. And now Matt Ernsting will be able to skate it out. Flyers going to be looking to get some line changes done here as they have many tired bodies out there on the ice. Bishop will hold it in his zone. Outlet pass misses Ernsting, but Jake Wolnitzki is in to grab it. Pad save by Ackley. Good chance trying to find Matt Ernsting there was Wolnitzki. As now the Spartans hard on the right side. Tough angle shot saved by Fisher. With 11:17 to go, still a 4-3 Flyer lead.
Fisher still performing very well in this third period. The Flyers had kind of some sloppy defense happening right there, but Fisher's able to keep them in the game, ahead by one.
with Mike Fisher making some key saves for the Flyers, able to keep Aurora off the scoreboard. As the Aurora bench is having a discussion with the officials. It looks like it could be, not exactly sure what the discussion is, but
it appears that there's the goaltender maybe having an issue of some kind.
goaltender Ackley maybe having an equipment issue or some problem. So regardless, Danny Tiffany will come in relief of Ackley. So a goaltending change with 11:17 to go for Aurora. Darcy will give chase on this one as Tiffany will get his first taste of the Flyer action. Darcy will pull a man down with him. As McDonald holding, trying to get to the point. Kramer will sent down along the boards, riding up by the glass as Moore will give chase into the corner. And then we'll get pushed down some more as Flyers will regroup at center. Kramer will hold it, stopping and starting at the blue line, and we'll be able to push it along the far boards. Throws one on goal, and Tiffany able to make the routine glove save on that one.
I don't know if the Aurora goaltender was injured or if he was having an equipment problem. He is still on the bench.
Looks like it could be an equipment problem. The trainer didn't come over to the Aurora bench, so it very likely could have been an equipment issue. But regardless, Aurora making a change as Zach Bishop will now hold on the point. Shot from the point. That one will get blocked in traffic. Tiffany able to make the save with 10:22 to go as we approach this halfway mark of the period.
Some offensive zone time here for the Flyers, looking really good in this third period as well, looking to extend the lead to 2 goals.
Extend the lead and not only do that, but also soak up some time. As we are just hitting the halfway mark of this period, Flyers doing a great job of kind of playing keep away from the Aurora offensive zone. The Spartans able to try to control the puck in their defensive zone. They're able to do so. Big hit there as Jake Wolninski got flattened by an Aurora player. Shot from the slot, score! And the Spartans will tie it up with 9:53 to go. So Aurora with life in the third. And we have a tie game with just under 10 minutes to go. Fisher unable to stop that shot from the slot. Very good shot from Aurora. And Fisher just not able to react quick enough to that one. So this is a whole new hockey game we have right now.
The next goal will be very important. Very important again. Flyers going to try and get some momentum back.
Looking at it though, you got 9-10 minutes to play. It's a 0-0 hockey game. So you really just have to play for those 10 minutes. Matt Moore trying to pull it into the offensive zone for the Flyers. But the Spartans will control with speed down the close boards, trying to move through the defenders. They'll get tied up by Kramer as DePego will grab the puck, trying to get it to Darcy. Flyers trying to get it out of the zone. They're unable to do so. They'll get pushed in further by the Spartans as DePego collects it behind his goal. Aurora definitely upping the physicality in this third period, something they've been known to do as McDonald trying to clear, unable to do so. Aurora from the left circle, big block by Darcy, not letting that one get through. As Josh DePego once again getting into McDonald, unable to clear again. Flyers having breakout troubles in the second half of this third period. Aurora now holding on the behind the net, trying to find someone to pass it to. Far point. Shot will not get through traffic. Matt Morrow putting that one right in the breadbasket to catch that one. Looking like he could have been a goalie out there himself with that one, right to the logo. But they're able to clear and get some fresh bodies out there with 8.5 minutes to go in the third now. Jack Selman was able to clear it as Matt Ernsting will give chase as both teams looking for the go-ahead goal now. Kramer will move it out through center. Sidesteps the defender trying to grab this puck, and he will lay a big hit behind the goal. And a quick shot by Wilninski will just go past the goal as that one will get flipped into the netting. Close opportunity for Wilninski. Kramer throwing the body as well, responding with a little physicality of his own to Aurora's upped aggressive play. And now Flyers with a big offensive zone face-off with 8 minutes to go.
Aurora looking very reminiscent of what it looked like in the first period. They're coming out fast, they're hitting hard, they're on every puck really quickly. The Flyers will want to try and slow them down a little bit, get a couple offensive zone opportunities of their own.
Looks like this faceoff will be moved out to the neutral zone on the close dot. Presumably it went off of a stick of a Lewis player into the net. Wilninski able to tie up the draw there as Aurora able to find a spark now on the right side, trying to get around Parcel, but a big save by Fisher. Parcel doing a great job of getting his stick in there as well to nullify that chance. Wilninski will send it around, trying to find Jack Selman. Able to find his Selman now on the left side. He is Ernsting on his right. Selman walks into the slot. Big block by the Spartans, though. And Aurora now moving out with a 3-on-2. Bishop trying to lay the hip check. He will do so, and a big save by Mike Fisher. So both teams trading opportunities on either end with 7:23 to go.
Becoming more physical on both ends of the ice here for both teams. I think it'll be very important to keep those hits clean. Any penalty at this point will be a very big opportunity for the other team, so we want to try and stay out of the box.
Trying to play clean, aggressive hockey late in this game as Moore will pop it up to Darcy. He clears it in, and Moore will give chase into the corner. Darcy there to help. Flyers trying to gain control in their zone, unable to do so as the Spartans will shift it out onto the right circle. Behind the goal, looking for a centering pass. Centering feed was there, unable to really get a shot off, though, blocked in traffic. Another big save by Mike Fisher on the opportunity from Weiss. Fisher coming up with the key saves when he needs them, as there's now just shy of 7 minutes to go, 6:48 to go in this period. Still tied at 4.
Now sometimes you wonder how Fisher's still even able to track that puck with all those people standing in front of him, but he's been able to get the job done very well this afternoon here.
Definitely saves that you can tell Fisher's tracking. He knows where the puck is. He's getting his glove in position. These aren't just saves that just happen to be hitting him through traffic. These are ones that he's seeing as Lewis has definitely taken care of the traffic in front of him compared to the first period as well. So Bishop will break it out to Darcy. Will try to push it through center, pressured by 2 Spartans. Now we'll get a reset. And it'll actually trickle back into the Aurora defensive zone as they were unable to keep it in. Matt Gore will apply some pressure there as well, and the Spartans will be able to work it through center ice. Cantor laying the body. Gore with a good stick check, and Matt Gore able to take the puck now and get it up to Matt Ernsting. Ernsting on the right side, moving in with speed. Backhand, almost flipped it over the blocker of Tiffany. It just went wide. Good opportunity by Matt Ernsting. He's been able to show his hands before and trying to show them off there as well, as he'll grab it at center again. Josh DePego trying to get it over to Brett Cantor, unable to do so, as Ernsting will control it again. Gets it over to Zach Bishop. Bishop on the left side has Selman on the right. Centering pass almost was there for Matt Ernsting, but he was unable to find it on the tape of his stick. And now quick opportunity for the Spartans. Josh DePego with a great defensive play, able to interrupt that opportunity. As Ernsting now waiting for reinforcements to come. Pass up to Selman. Centering it, trying to get it to Wilninski, unable to do so, but Ernsting will be able to keep it in. Now it seems as if the Spartans having a little trouble breaking it out of their zone, as the Flyers having more opportunities in their offensive zone as we hit the 5-minute mark. Big pad save by Mike Fisher with 5:04 to go in the third, still tied at 4.
Aurora not very happy after that opportunity. They felt that there should have been a call there, but no call was made, so we continue to play with just about 5 minutes left here.
Both teams looking to try to gain whatever advantage they can late in this game, still tied. So McDonald got his pocket picked there as he tried to clear. Spartans trying to throw it on goal. It'll go through the crease. As Morrow will get tripped up by his own player. Looked like he caught it edge of Darcy. As Darcy moving through center. Has McDonald on his right. Stops around the circle as Morrow will try to regain it, sending it around the boards as McDonald will give chase. Unable to do so as the Spartans will continue out of their zone. And that'll be a big save by Mike Fisher with the glove. 4:26 to go now in the third.
Darcy able to do a very good job getting that puck into the offensive zone. He was unable to get a shot, but he was able to get it over the Spartans' blue line and possibly create some opportunity going forward.
He's able to do his job of getting it into the zone and killing a little bit more clock and getting it closer for the Flyers, applying some of that pressure to the Aurora defenders as the Spartans able to hold, but Ernstine with a big poke check away. He's going to use his speed to get to that puck first, able to trying to send it into Michael Ligas. Ligas just a little bit behind of the puck and unable to find it as we reach the 4-minute mark now. Spartan still controlling, flips it through center. Good keeping by Ernstine, able to keep it in, and it'll trickle out. Ernstine batting that puck down, almost able to keep it in the zone. Wolnitzki now holding, sends it back to Bishop. Up ahead to Ernstine as Tiffany will control it behind his goal. Ligas in the corner with it now, sends it behind the goal to Wolnitzki. Looking for someone to pass to. He'll get pushed off the puck though. And the Spartans able to regain control with 3.5 minutes to go. Partial applying some defensive pressure as Ligas will head to the boards. And it looks like we're going to have a penalty here. And it'll be an interference call.
Big kill coming up here for the Flyers on that penalty with just over 3 minutes remaining in this game. It's tied up. Not really a penalty that you want to take at this time in the game with this score, but it is a penalty that was called, so it's something that the Flyers will have to deal with.
So Michael Ligas will sit for 2 minutes now, so that'll take us, that Lewis penalty will take us to the 1:20 mark. So given that the Flyers can kill this one off, this is going to be a big crunch time now in the final 3 minutes of this game. Big penalty kill here, and now Flyers trying to get something going. And speaking of getting something going, Matt Morrow now on the left side. Quick shot, that one will go high over the goal. Good chance by Morrow, shorthanded. Suppose the best way to kill a penalty off is to score a goal on it, as Matt Morrow was shown, especially when the game is tied. Aurora trying to get into their zone. Josh Cepego with a good pass out of the zone now, as the Spartans will regroup on the opposite side. 1:25 to go to the interference call to Michael Ligas, as Aurora will move it through center. Spartans holding at the far point. Down low to the circle. Cross ice pass, able to find a Asarian, and it will get in. Aurora able to beat Mike Fisher on the blocker side. Tyler Hines able to find the back of the goal.
Flyers taking a very passive approach to that penalty kill, which allowed Aurora to set up a little bit and have a lot of time, pass through the box, get it across, and Aurora was able to finish off high blocker side on Fisher.
When you talk about crunch time, now it is really crunch time. 5-4, Aurora lead, 2:22 to go. This is where you need your stars on the team to shine. Flyers are going to be looking for guys like Matt Morrow, Matt Ernstine on offense, and Zach Bishop and Dylan Parshall to step up on defense to find an opportunity. And Flyers trying to keep it in their zone. Morrow throws it on goal. That'll go through the crease. Bishop was there. Couldn't get a stick on it, though. And the Spartans will move. A slight 2-on-1 now. Ernsting on the back check. Great passing by the Spartans, but Fisher able to turn it aside. A really good opportunity by Aurora. They had 3 players that are all right in front of Fisher, and were able to connect their passes, but Fisher able to get a piece of that one. As we're just inside of 2 minutes here. Kramer will grab it behind his goal. Waiting for his teammates to make some changes. Bishop will trade out for Wolninski. Partial reversing it, trying to get it to teammate. Aurora able to keep it in the zone now. Flyers really biting heavily at the blue line as Wolninski trying to clear. Flyers trying to find some way to get this puck out of the zone as we're approaching a minute to go almost. 1:15. Big stop, and a big stop by Mike Fisher. That one somehow got a piece of it with the blocker because he doesn't have a stick right now. As now we've reached the final minute. Kramer will chip it out, trying to find something for the Flyers now. Looks like Dylan Parcel shaken up on that last play. So Kramer will send it to DePego, over to Ernsting. Back to DePego, up to Wolninski. Flyers looking for who's going to be the hero of this game with 40 seconds to go now.
We'll keep an eye on Fisher here.
Extra attacker, always a possibility. Darcy holding at the point, trying to find an open lane now. Mike Fisher will head to the bench. Zach Bishop will hop on as the extra attacker. Flyers 6 versus 5. Morrow with a good opportunity. That one got turned aside with 20 seconds to go. Kramer grabbing it now, up to Bishop. So trying to get it to Morrow. Passed a little bit too hard, unable to find it. 12 seconds to go now. Kramer once again in his defensive zone. Single-digit seconds now for the Flyers. Time running out. 5 seconds to go now. And the final horn will sound, and that one will do it. As tempers flaring a little bit as Tyler Kramer sent a late shot at the goaltender. So 5-4 will be the final as Lewis will lose a heartbreaker of a game, up 4-3 in this third period, just unable to keep the momentum rolling. Aurora able to kind of go back to first period form. So that'll do it for this game. Looking at this game, Logan, I don't think it was all bad things for the Flyers, though. I think there was a lot of positives in that second period. If they can get that energy going with the second period in all of them, I think this game goes the way of the Flyers.
Absolutely, yeah. The Flyers did a good job skating with the Spartans and outskating them in the second period. The Aurora Spartans came out strong and they finished strong. And if the Flyers are able to skate with them the whole game, I think they are definitely capable of beating the Spartans. I think at this point they were able to just keep it tied and even have the lead for a little bit. But they kind of broke down a little bit in the third period and allowed some opportunities for the Spartans, and were ultimately unable to secure the W.
It's all about Lewis finding their groove and kind of sticking in it. They kind of find it here and there in games. They really can't keep it consistently. If they can dial that consistency in, then there can be promising things for this team. Looking at the road ahead for the Flyers, they'll play Marion back here at home on October 8th and 9th. Those games will not be broadcast, unfortunately, due to Lewis's fall break that the students will be on. Then they'll travel to Marquette in Wisconsin, October 15th and the 16th, and then they'll be back home for our next broadcast on October 29th and the 30th, where they take on Purdue Northwest. But for Logan Kapp and everyone here at the Lewis University Television Network, I'm Reed Poland saying thanks for watching and have a great one.